Well, welcome to Toronto. Good to have you here, Mr. Modine.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. For a man of your stature who's been in so many films and so many plays and TV shows, etc., what is it about a script that gets you?
Um, well, there's always something different. Sometimes it's an exploration of an idea that reminds us how similar we all are, rather than the differences these things that we think divide us as human beings, cultures, religions. Think because film and television, theater has an extraordinary ability to erase those things and make us all see that we're you know brothers and sisters, that we're all relatable and that we all have the same hopes and fears and desires. So that's something that sometimes when you get a script and you go, oh my gosh, this is fantastic. This is something that will erase barriers, will erase sexual fears and things like that. So that's a wonderful thing when you find in a script. And then sometimes it's just the pure fun of like, wow, I want to work on that just because that's going to be a really fun movie. Like, it's going to make me feel like a 10-year-old again, and the excitement of seeing a film come out and want to participate, want to just go to see a popcorn movie,
Well, speaking of popcorn movies, so, I don't think you could have any more fun than being on something like The Dark Knight Rises. And I understand that you actually approached Christopher Nolan and said, hey, put me in this.
Yeah. Well, we reached out to him, and he said, yeah, sure, because I was in New York, and so he said, put yourself on tape, and thanks very much. And I thought, if I put myself on tape, he probably is never even going to look at it. Because it's not about Christopher Nolan auditioning me and my ability. Christopher Nolan is curious about people who want to work with him, that want to participate, that want to come to his sandbox. So I felt that was appropriate and necessary for me to get into this film. So I flew to Los Angeles on my own dime and went to meet him. And I'm so happy that I did, because the first thing that happened was he realized that the casting director had given me the wrong part, and it was a much better part that he wanted me to audition for. And so I got the different sides, and I before I left the room, he asked would I come back the following day and meet with him again. And so I knew that I was going to be in this film. I knew I had him.
What was it like being the new guy on the set?
Well, pretty cool. I mean, I know most of the actors that are in the film. Gary Oldman is a good old friend, but to have the opportunity to work with a couple of the people who I've grown up watching, Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine, but to meet Christian and work with Christian, and to meet Thomas Hardy, Anne Hathaway. I know we campaigned for Obama together. We went around the United States together, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who I work with a lot in the film, is just such an extraordinary young man, and so. But you put all those elements together, and it was like a dinner party that you don't want to end. You just want to eat dinner and
totally
have drinks and talk all night. Yeah.
Do you still, at this point in your career, get pinch myself moments on sets?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a film that when I wasn't working, if I was on hold, or if I was being, we don't need you for 2 hours, you can sit in your trailer. I said, no, I want to go to the set. I want to watch those people work. I want to see how Christopher Nolan directs his film, which is extraordinary in itself, because he is on set all the time. There's no director's chair. He stands by the camera. He listens to the crew. He listens to what the other actors are saying. And while I think that he has preconceived ideas about how he wants to direct his film, he's listening and paying attention and sees how it evolves, and sees like, oh wow, I never imagined that person saying it quite like that, or moving that way, or making that kind of choice. And so things fall away, and he can discover things, and so it's like he's following the creative energy of all of the people that are working on the film. Yeah. So that's why it's very important to go there and meet him, and because he wants to know that you want to work with him, that you want to go and play in his sandbox.
He's an extraordinary director, one of the best I think we've got. Really amazing. Quickly, you're about to start shooting the Steve Jobs film, I understand, in Montreal. And wow, no matter what you think about Steve Jobs, man, the guy changed the world. He really changed the world. Yeah. Can you just tell us very briefly, I know you're playing John Scully, and it's got to be exciting to be able to work on a project like this. Wow.
This was a really cool project also. I think Ashton Kutcher's doing a fantastic job. He's really fully committed himself to the role, and there there are times I could show you pictures on my phone that I took of him on set. I said, well, don't move, let me take a picture of that. And where he is absolutely channeling Steve Jobs. I mean, it's extraordinary, the physicality, the intelligence, because Ashton's a very bright guy. I mean, he, you know, to play that foolish kid that he was on the 70s show, it takes a smart person to play a fool. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do, and he's very passionate. He's very, you know, he's altruistic. He gives a lot back to the community and people who are suffering around the world. He's a you know, they say still water runs deep, and I was very happy to work with him and meet him.
Very cool. Very, very quick. I have to wrap, but I have to ask you, because you're in a movie coming up with Kristen Chenoweth, and I want to know, because she's my absolute favorite. I just love her so much. How does a guy like you act opposite Kristen Chenoweth?
She gets a big apple box to stand on. Yeah. Or I pick her up and talk to her. I mean, she doesn't weigh 70 pounds. I mean, she's a toy with the biggest voice in the world. I mean, her voice can fill a stadium. You know, I don't know if you saw her during the football season last year singing the national anthem, but my God, what a voice! And she's just cute as a button. Yeah, they changed the name. The movie was called Family Weekend. Now it's called Queen Freak, which I'm not crazy about either. But you know, that's out of my hands. Yeah. But she's a doll. Yeah.
Well, you're terrific in this. It's such a pleasure to talk to you. What a great career you have, and thank you for everything you've given us. You're just wonderful.
Thank you.
Keep them coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you.
Nice
Thanks,
talking.
Matthew.